Hello, comic book fans! That's right, your friend and stalwart defender of all good comics has returned. I am your host, Travis Collins, aka Duck Punch, and I am back after a long, very long, too long break from making these videos. But I'm going to try and make it up to you today because I have 10 books we're going to talk about in rapid succession. So here we go. Up first, Batman Streets of Gotham number 21. Paul Dini wraps up the House of Hush storyline by bringing in all the elements that he has thus far given us, from Mr. Pierce to Dr. Death to Jane Doe to Hush himself. The ending was more than satisfying and really underscored just how well Paul Dini understands this character. It's a great ending to a surprisingly good story in a book that very few Bat fans are probably reading. Next, we have, if I just lost my list, FF number 1, written by Jonathan Hickman. Okay, this is the highly anticipated continuation of Jonathan Hickman's Fantastic Four story, with FF standing for the Future Foundation, and it sees all the stuff that we've come accustomed to in Hickman's work, and then some. Nothing too surprising here, at least until the very last page, but it was still pretty good. However, I'm not going to give this a ringing endorsement just yet, because I really want to see where Hickman takes this. Still, give this one a shot. It's worth it. Next, Green Lantern number 64. This is part 1 of the War of the Green Lanterns, and it gets things started off with a bang, as Krona, the fallen Guardian, is able in one fell swoop to do what neither Sinestro or Necron were able to do. My biggest gripe here, however, is that while I freely acknowledge that this is in fact Hal Jordan's book, is it really necessary to make him Han Solo, Captain America, and Jesus freaking Christ all wrapped into one? I mean, seriously, it's a little overwhelming just the man crush that Jeff Johns has on this character. Still, the story was interesting enough to get me to stay hooked, which takes us to Green Lantern Corps number 58, part 2 of the War of the Green Lanterns, in which, to use common parlance, everything goes to hell in a handbasket. The shenanigans of Krona from back in Green Lantern play out here, and we have the Green Lantern Corps writ large, and specifically the Green Lantern Honor Guard, all trading blows with each other. While nothing in this issue was in and of itself all that impressive, it did collectively, like as a whole unit, create a dire enough situation that I want to keep following the situation. Want to keep following the story, see where things are going. Still not 100% though on Tony Bedard. I'm not 100% that he's writing the level I want him to be at. Next up, Justice League of America number 55. I am really holding out hope that this book is going to turn itself around, but between the last story arc with Omega Man, which was boring as hell and stupidly confusing, and this tie-in with the current Superman family crossover, The Reign of Doomsday, which I'm not reading, I kind of didn't care about anything that happened here. I've run into read a story about Eclipso. I don't care about Cyborg Superman or what the Green Lanterns are doing on Earth while they should be off fighting the War of the Green Lanterns. I wanted to read about Eclipso, and Eclipso is kind of the back seat here. It's kind of frustrating. Speaking of what's not frustrating, Justice League Generation Lost number 22. We are 2 issues away from the end of this miniseries, and Justice League Generation Lost is continuing to be a great read, if extremely dialogue heavy in this issue. Still, unlike Brightest Day, this book seems to actually be moving toward a definite end and a final confrontation with Maxwell Lord, which I can only assume at this point will be well worth the wait. Next, Silver Surfer number 2. This book tries really hard to have the Silver Surfer get in touch with his humanity and fight the threat of the High Evolutionary, without using his cosmic powers. Only all it does is make me roll my eyes and cringe at the fugly artwork. It's okay, but unless you're like me and a die-hard cosmic Marvel fanatic, you can skip it. Next, Sixth Gun number 10. The best book you are probably not reading. And it's continuing here as new players from all sides descend on New Orleans to try and steal the Six Guns, including, but not limited to, an angry voodoo goddess, a treasure-hunting hypnotist, and a gang of gun-toting priests. All of this while Sinclair and Becky are still trying to figure out just whose side everyone is on. This, next to Power Girl, is probably my favorite title right now. If you aren't reading this, there's no excuse. Go track down the first 6 issues. You'll thank me later. Next, Uncanny X-Force number 6. Holy plot twist, comic fans. This issue was one serious mind screw. Which is even worse because I wasn't expecting it. See, you have all of the deep espionage and hack-and-slash gore we've come to expect, plus, free of charge, some trippy time travel mumbo-jumbo. It's good. It's really, really good. I mean, Rick Remender, between this and Venom, is just on fire right now. He is one of my favorites, and if you're not reading him, I don't know what I have to do to convince you. Do I have to start doing some favors? Do I have to start doing things I'm not especially proud of? Come on now. Last up, Uncanny X-Men number 534. Dear sweet God, the curse of Matt Fraction is finally ended on this title, and this awful, awful, horrible, terrible, oh my God, what's wrong with the world story is finally finished and over and in the books, and we can forget about it. I won't even bore you with the details because it's that stupid and inane. Suffice to say that with Kieran Gillen, whose Thor run I know I'm in the minority, but I personally loved, is going to be taking over completely starting next month. I am actually, for the first time in a really long time, looking forward to reading Uncanny X-Men. Well, guys, I did it! 10 books in under 10 minutes. That's gonna be a record somewhere for something. Anyway, I am going to start making these videos again, so let me know what you thought. As always, please leave comments. Please let me know what you thought. And I will see you guys later. Have a great day.